another episode of Introduction to Accounting, but this time we're going to focus specifically on accounting cycle. So what is an accounting cycle? It is a step-by-step process of gathering, processing, and summarizing data so as to produce meaningful information to help users make their economic decision. So the first thing we had is the general journal, and it reflects all of the transactions that was incurred in the company. And if you want to know more about it, you can check out my previous video about journal entries in Accountaholics. And the next one is the general ledger, and it also reflects the transactions, but it would be classified per account title, and you would gonna put a T account per account title, for example, for cash, for accounts receivable, etc. And then the last step would be the trial balance, and the difference between this one and the general ledger is that the trial balance only reflects the ending balance of each account title. And remember that the debits and credits must be equal, but don't take that as a guarantee that your work would be correct. So just to give you a quick example, let's say Deadpool, who's still saving lives and fighting crimes, as of this day would be needing new equipments. So what he did is that he buy a new guns amounting to 50,000 on account, and a new sword amounting to 20,000 for cash, and then he also buy a new car amounting to 100,000 for cash, so he could get in his destination as quickly as possible. So what we're gonna do now is to make a journal entry, which is the first step. So first we would debit equipment amounting to 50,000 and credit accounts payable because he didn't pay for the gun right away. As for the sword, we would also classify it as an equipment and credit the payment of cash amounting to 20,000. As for the car, we would debit cars amounting to 100,000 and credit cash also for 100,000. So the next step that we're going to do on the right side is the general ledger. So notice that we're going to put a T account for cash. Let's assume that the beginning balance is 500,000, and we're going to decrease it by the payments made amounting to 120,000, and then the ending balance would be 380,000. As for the equipment, we would only add the purchases made on the equipment that was reflected in the general journal, so it would be the amount of 70,000. As for the cars, we would debit the purchase made on the cars amounting to 100,000 because it is an asset, and credit the liability because you incurred an accounts payable of 50,000. So on the left side, here we have is the trial balance, which is the last step. Notice that it only reflects the final balances. See, 380,000, 70,000, 100,000, 50,000. And so that the debits and credits would be equal, we would add a capital account on the credit side so that they would have the ending balance of 550,000. So that's how you made an accounting cycle. That's it for the Accountaholics. If you have any question, leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll see you on the next video.